Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.
The world is at a critical moment of providing innovative alternatives as a means to create change.
As such, we have created a not-for-profit alternative mobile digital platform as a way to promote space for freedom of speech and expression to the unheard voices.
We know you believe in the cause and you can further it more by contributing to its sustainability in forms of internet data, fuel, and any other support you deem relevant.
Please support us with your contribution to Equity Bank account number 103-5201-607252 under the name Alternative Digital, or our mobile money numbers 0702 900076 or 0783 047785. Alternative Digital. Real issues, real talk.
Uganda is born again.
Mubirabye. Mubiwulidde.
And you will see what NRM means. We are going to crush those criminals.
Mubyenyigiddemu.
We are simply peacefully telling our people, say no to rigged elections.
Ebimu mubitegeera.
Naffe tusobola okutiisatiisa abo abatiisatiisa.
Oba oli awo ng'abamu mugwamu bigwe. Byabaffe byava ku ki?
Era kyova olaba baatukolera ne constitution esinga obusiru mu nsi yonna.
Bino n'ebirala birindirire buli lwa Sande okuva ku ssaawa 11 okutuuka ku ssaawa 1 ey'akawungeezi n'eyaliko Katikkiro wa Buganda Oweekitiibwa Dani Muliika ku program Eriiso ly'Omukulu ku Facebook page The Alternative Uganda.
You have got to get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative Dig Talk. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
President Museveni wadde juzi namulaba apima akawunga kilo 2 tasobola kalya nini bwaba alya kilo 5 oyannema okuliisa eggwanga ne bwe limundekera.
Njagala kwebaza the Alternative Digital etuwadde kano ka Mighty Drive era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop and smart TVs as we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative Dig Talk.
wetuse ku nkomerero yayo. Amanya bampita Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Eno ye show ebeerawo buli Monday paka ku Friday, bagita The Mighty Drive. Etandika ku ssaawa emu paka ku ssaawa 3 ez'okumakya. Tukuleetera abantu beweetaaga okulaba ne bakubulira ku bigambo by'amagezi n'omanya ku sayidi yaabwe eya story. Ebintu ennaku ezisinga abantu batera tutunulira sayidi emu, naye leero tutunulira sayidi nnyingi nga tuleeta abantu bangi nga batubulira bingi ebigenda maaso mu ggwanga eryaffe lino Uganda. By the way, leero tulina omukyala Lina Zedriga. Ono ye Deputy Principal owa National Unity Platform. Era mukyala w'amaanyi bangi bamumanyi, kyemanyi mumumanyi wano mu Uganda. Abadde ayogera bingi, ayogera nnyo ku nsonga eziruma bannayuganda, ye zaalowooza nti ze ziruma bannayuganda era ezigenda okugumiza ekibiina kye ekya National Unity Platform. Tulabye nga bamukuba akalulu mu kalulu akawedde 2021 President Museveni yakukumba bannange ebitundu 58 ku buli 100. Era omukyalo ono Lina Zedriga agenda kuba tubuulira lwaki naye bakukumba obululu butono nnyo kuba bafuna 35%. Ebyo byonna tugenda kuba tubyogerako nga tulina Dr. wano Lina Zedriga, mukyala munnabyabufuzi Professor Mulamba era omwesungire ddala. Naye nga tetuneyongerayo mu maaso, katusooke tubabuli ebigenda mu maaso mu nsiike y'ebyemizannyo. Manchester United ne Manchester City zikyayirisa enkuli mu English Premier League, balina points kati. Man City akulembedde ekibinja ne points 44. Ne Manchester United yes era balina bonna emipiira ndoozi 21 bakyabulayo emipiira nno mingi Premier League enatunumira luno. Leicester City ekyali mu kyakusatu era mu kyokuna Liverpool alabye nga bamukuba emipiira egiweze, bamukuba emipiira 4 egy'omulinganwa, ekintu ekibadde si kya bulijjo ate nga badde takyateeba goolo. Mohamed Salah akulembedde abateebi mu ttiimu eno, goolo zibadde zikyeswa nte ennaku zino za muswabo era byonna tugenda kuba tubyogerako. Naye kansooke nzire wano ewa mukwano gwange sirinzeka ndi ne Farida Bikobere asooka akunnyonnyole ku nsonga ezimu ze weetaaga okumanya era tukuleetere omukyala Dr. Professor Lina Zedriga, the Deputy Vice President of the National Unity Platform. Eno ye The Mighty Drive, bampita Edgar Mathew Karuhanga.
Webale nnyo Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. Farida Bikobere is my name. I am working with an energetic man in the studios, Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. I welcome you once again to the show. It is The Mighty Drive. We are the Alternative Uganda on Facebook. Please follow us and like the page. Bomalongena kulaba live videos, live video ya fair once on comment section. Please ask any questions. I will be reading them to the guests. In the studios, I have a strong woman. She is Dr. Lina Zedriga. She has a very rich profile. You know, when I host people with rich profiles, mbanjagala profile no mjitemete mpola mpola at least njiteme ko 70% abantu bajitegere nti omuntu gwe tuli naye mu studios munene. Ours is not the politics of favor. It will be the politics of inclusiveness and humanity. Do you remember that quote? It was spoken in 6 languages. 6 languages, Acholi, Langi, Alu, Lugubal, Luganda, and Swahili. Ours, Sitese Kondo Luzungu, is not the politics of favor. It will be the politics of service and humanity. So, your quote, yayogerwa Dr. Lina Zedriga ngali abe bamwanivairinga nga Deputy Principal for NUP. Noza tutandikirawo nga tutematema mpola mpola. She is a Deputy Magistrate. Era agambe bwotuke gayazo gamba ngenda wo mulamuzi, so they will just direct you. She made a name. She is the Deputy Principal NUP. Atenga former magistrate. She is a practicing attorney. Omulimu gwetana gusulira ate she's an educator and a mentor. How many she has mentored, she will have to tell us. And I am sure she has mentored many. Kati mwabagala okuba mentoringa. The thing to do is genda ku the Alternative Uganda or genda kubanga ofuna how you can reach to this person. Your profile tujitema mpola 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 mpola. Ojitegere, she is a lecturer at Victoria University. Atenga tukatugende koko buyigirize bwe otegere why tumuita doctor. By the way, si musawo. She is a doctor atali musawo atakuba mpiso. Ekifo ya kifuna lwa bitabo yakuguka. The likes of Dr. Stella Nyanzi. nti baakuguka mu bitabo so ne bafuna ekitiibwa ekyo ekya doctor. She has a master's in peace and conflict studies. She has a master's in human rights. By the way, I'm talking about masters, not bachelors. Masters. Everyone I have people who have more masters. I'm like, what? Bachelor's, and drop out over. She has a master's in human rights. She has a bachelor's in law. All these that I am mentioning, that are from Mathew University, the Mathew University. I call it the Mathew because I went there and I know what is there. She has a certificate in women and public policy from Harvard University, that is USA. And she has a certificate in genocide prevention from Poland. Wow. That university is very hard for me to pronounce. I really so I will not mention it, but it is in Poland, so you know who we have in the studios. She is very heavy by profile. So by this time I will ask her to say hellos to you, and then we start our discussion from there. You are most welcome, Dr. Lina. This is the Mighty Drive. I am very honored to host you in here. May you please say hello to our viewers.
Hello, thank you so much, Farida, for picking me up with this mighty team and the digital talk and the alternative Uganda. And thank you so much, Ahimbisiwe, by the way you linked me up. Thank you. I don't take this for granted because very many of us would like to be hosted like this. So thank you so much. Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, Africa. Good morning the women, and good morning especially the politically alert Ugandans. I want to say Emi Fongoni afoe matek ucho nini wa mwasuze mutia.
Quite an interesting introduction, Dr. Lina.
Do you feel the energy?
Yes, it's felt everywhere, even in the van as we are moving. And by the way, we are live from Gayaza.
By the way, we are live in Gayaza, and I want you to just go to your Facebook account, search engine, take the alternative Uganda. You join the discussion. Once we discussion, we are live. So meaning every comment is going to be seen and read out. Doctor, how is NUP?
The National Unity Platform Political Party.
Yes.
The wave of change. Delivering collectively, inclusively, participatorily a new Uganda. We are moving strong. We are moving stronger every single day amidst all the attempted and still being implemented to shut NUP down at all costs. We are getting stronger each time. Of course, we have many, we are bleeding in our hearts. We have many prisoners of conscience. We have many people who are disappearing, including candidates, especially the one for the youth. Northern Uganda disappeared since Sunday up to now. Most people are not sleeping in their homes, but the resilience is getting bigger and bigger. Of course, yesterday you saw the delegation, high-level delegation that came to us. Our head office, we can't access it, but we have got the alternative. We're operating from our president's home. We are unstoppable.
You will always find a way.
Yes, because we think outside the box and without the box, and because we have the people's support and the people's power.
Okay, well, that is a good introduction, and because you have the people's power, true. Now, what we want to ask Doctor, what happened in Northern Uganda? We thought National Unity Platform had a lot of following there.
Yes, thank you so much. It's very emotional to me. Northern Uganda, when we were in Koboko for the campaigns, and you saw the crowds, and you saw how people even were
in the by-election that was in Arua, we saw Bobby Wine.
What now happened? There was a presidential deployment, military deployment in Northern Uganda. It is in writing to shut down NUP, totally to stop NUP activity signed by the president, by Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Military was poured at the highest levels, SFC, CFC, anti-whatever, terrorism, and so on. 1, 2, monetization. Many people were bought. many people. Intimidation was at the highest level, okay? Including, for example, elections were held on the 14th.
Yes.
One of the most popular, for sure, candidate, Honorable Haddad Salim.
Yes.
He's a lawyer himself and a lecturer in IU. He was abducted on Sunday. That Sunday was 10th, and I was actually also supposed to be with him, accompanying him, since our principal could not now go.
Yes.
And it was going to be massive. So that Saturday night, I was sought after by different military people, and then I was actually evacuated from Aru on Sunday morning for safety and security. Yes. Then when I left, our dad was abducted in the night by military people. They were asking him, they were extorting a confession from him. Please denounce NUP as a Buganda thing. Denounce NUP as for hooligans. Okay? He didn't. He was tortured. He was dumped somewhere South Sudan border on election day at 2 p.m.
But doctor,
so many bad, extremely lethal military invasion happened in the whole of northern Uganda.
But we see military was deployed everywhere in the country. Could that mean, couldn't just that confirm that you can have supporters that are not voters? That people will support you?
No, don't take me there. Do not. I am actually getting emotional because do not downplay the military and our supporters. 1, 2. Right now, they are going for the polling agents because the declaration forms are not what is manifested. Please, don't joke with
But
this,
doctor,
it is life and death.
These are very strong allegations you're making right there.
I am not.
Do you have
because
evidence?
we have, yes.
The evidence is there.
We do, and it is actually being used now to support our case.
Okay, doctor.
And I close my case because it is sub judice.
Okay, to continue.
Okay? We have all the evidence. That's why they are arresting our polling agents who can no longer sleep in. We have the declaration forms that they are going after.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
Please, the whole of northern Uganda and even western.
Yes.
Okay? So what you are hearing here, please get it from me, who was also arrested and who was supposed to have been arrested. Not only to be arrested, but shot on sight. Right now, in fact, half of my team are not there. They are undercover. Others have actually gone out. Our commissioner, one Oyeki Gerald, a young man, whom I came with for one of the meetings. He was in charge of nothing. He was arrested as he was delivering the right declaration. Picked from Kampala here, to some safe house. The military up to today has our computer, has our rightful declaration forms. Now they are moving around in homes and saying, please, if you're a polling agent, sign this one. These are not allegations. And you remember, you were all shut off.
Yes,
Northern was sacrificed. Many people have died, many people have disappeared, and they are still disappeared. Right now, it's the polling agents. Even myself, they saw an affidavit that I'm training, and it is on court record, that I am training rebels and rioters. If I was weak-hearted, I would have run out of the country. I'm being targeted. So take care, because
looks
like
everybody in the National Unity Platform is being
everybody, yes. If they fail to buy you, if they fail to intimidate you through propaganda, you disappear. But these are serious things.
You see, doctor, it is okay. I am sorry that you get so emotional.
Yes,
when
because I've been arrested by military a number of times.
But someone would really want to understand these issues. We do not bring them to make you people emotional, the members of NUP or anything.
If you can't handle my emotion, I will get out.
We would really want to know
how
how
NUP no way you are going to separate emotions from these realities.
We really want to know how NUP is different from other political opposition parties that have been here from 2001 to 2020, that now we have NUP as the booming party in, because we see FDC people have always been also intimidated. And okay, how are you people planning to handle the situation?
One, you have all had and you have accompanied. We have registered a case in court. We are using all legal means to reclaim our victory. Legal and non-violent. As much as the state is trying to push us
to be violent.
Okay? We do not, including even tramping up some message about me that I was the one saying if we are not declared, we are going to burn down Kampala. I never put out that, and they spread it out. It was a malicious propaganda. Okay?
So,
I don't know if you watched it.
Yes. So we just want to confirm
exactly.
it is.
It is not me. It's not.
Was it from any member of NUP?
No, it was. It is a propaganda used by the state.
Oh.
Okay? Yeah. It's a propaganda. I am very, very. My conscience is so clear. That's why I am here with you people in the van. Many of my people cannot even accept to be in public anymore. Okay? People have, many of my colleagues, because of the intimidation, have had to change their phone numbers. Others have had to relocate. But I am in my house. I am doing my work. So what we are doing different is believing in our victory, which was robbed, that we are going to reclaim through legal and non-violent means. And that's why we went to court. Many people are like, no, don't go to court and you are going to sanctify this place. No, we have gone to court with the faith and because we have even the evidence. That is one. Two, why is NUP different? The young people, very resilient, have taken over and stated that Lina, your generation actually betrayed us. Okay? Yeah. So this time, we are reclaiming our dignity. We have lost our dignity, we have lost our identity, we have lost opportunities through the exclusive, militaristic, monetized, sexized politics. We want to sanitize politics. We want to put in place what the Pope Francis one time told us in the encyclical. Good politics is at the service of peace. NUP believes in peaceful coexistence and celebrating our identity. When the youth are saying it doesn't matter whether you're Muganda, whether you're Lugwara, whether you what. Right now, many of those who have been abducted, including me, we are told, not even told, we are directed, please denounce NUP as a Buganda thing. That tribal thing. We are different. We are so different because we don't ride on tribal identities. We celebrate. The politics of the generation, the youth were telling us when I was going around in northern Uganda, was that, Lina, your generation decided to build walls. For us as the youth in NUP, we are building bridges. We are breaking down those walls. That is what NUP is doing differently. We are not saying you are so young, you know you are young. No, you are a human being. Reclaim your voice, reclaim your dignity. Okay? Yeah. So that's what we're doing, and that's what we're implementing as NUP, the 3 Gs in practice. Geography, generation, and gender. You see, we have 2 deputies. Which other party has deputy or vice presidents who are women? Which other party? Tell me. Western is Jolly. Yeah? So the issue of implementing the 3 Gs in practice, that is what makes NUP sharp. Then the people power our power slogan is a very, very inspirational slogan. Look at our party slogan when we're going into a new Uganda. The old Uganda, many of the youth were saying, you know, you people as you are still there dividing, and then you are about money, you are about who. The dogs came to Uganda in politics. Now we want to make sure we reclaim Uganda as the young people.
Doctor, let us put ourselves in the shoes of those who say that you are a sectarian group or entity.
I don't even want to go there.
Doctor,
I wouldn't want.
Dr. We want to see, before His Excellency, the principal of NUP, approached you to join NUP, you had decided to retire.
Yes.
What inspired you to come back to these elective politics?
I stood in 2015. I've been a very active political person. I was in the Democratic Party. I was actually very active in the legal team and very active also in the women's wing. So in 2015, we had the Democratic Party General Assembly, Delegates Conference in Ikatomi. I stood we were three candidates. Me, Honorable Namayanja, and Maxensia, who was then incumbent. I believe what happened in Katomi was not free. It affected my perspective about participation, inclusive participation, and then a number of other things in the political arena. And I decided, I think, what I'll do, among others, I'm a lecturer, I'm a researcher with the IGAD and also the African Union. I am a women's activist, a trainer of trainers for women in politics. I have mentored quite a number of people. And I lost my mother December 18th here, and we buried her in Arivo.
Oh,
I come from West Nile.
My household.
And in that my experience, you asked me what made me change my mind.
Yes.
At that burial in Arivo, just 16 kilometers or so from Arua, between Arua and Bondo, and this is Vora border, you know. The primary school where I actually passed that time in 1974, PLOE. Right now, the current of how humanity has degenerated in terms of socialization.
Yes.
Young girls are having babies. Okay? Young girls, you know, I met a number of my grandchildren are supposed to be in the clan.
Yes, the rate
This
of
one
early
is
pregnancy
very
is
tiny
high.
and carrying a baby. I said, where are the mothers of these babies? They said, we are the mothers. I said, you breast, a tiny person feeding
another tiny.
That was my turning point. I said, Lina, where are we going to have more women to follow you? When I look behind and started taking stock, they are not there. Okay? So I decided I was going to use my remaining time to reclaim the girls' participation, community hope, and resilience in education, and also our religious institutions. And I am already based in the Catholic Church. So I decided to immerse myself in prayer. I actually even went on a pilgrimage to Chibeho to pray over it. That is December 31st, and I prayed. I said, Lord, if I still have to be an apostle of change and mercy and goodness and peace, give me the opportunity to go and reclaim the young people's lives and communities. That everybody, the father is drunk, the mother is drunk, they go to drink differently. You don't know who is sleeping with who. That is how the state of affairs, we have degenerated into hopelessness. So I wanted just to go home and be an apostle. And indeed, I put it in practice. I put it in practice. So, in February, as I'm preparing now, you know, to transit and go back and stuff, in February last year, there was the incident when late Rita was knocked in Akawa. So then I participated in the solidarity, the women's press conference that was held at the NUP headquarters, which was organized by the MP-elect Cassandra Flavia Nabaga. And then I wanted to just to be there in solidarity, but I was asked to speak. Oh, lo and behold, when the world saw what came out of me, mine was enough is enough. Enough is enough. And as we came from the burial of Rita, Daniel was also shot. Then I said, I think this has to change. Okay? Reclaiming peaceful coexistence, human dignity, and also respect for life, for me. And then our principal watched that video. He was out of the country. He came. When he came to Uganda, he sought to meet with me. And the first time, actually, I snapped him. I went around. I dodged him. I was up and down. And anyway, eventually, after praying, when he asked me, I said, let me pray over it. And I did. He came with a delegation, including his beautiful wife. Yes. Yeah. So I, of course, then he said yes. And I believe it is a calling for me. That's what made me change my life.
Well, mostly was to empower the girl child.
Yes.
The women.
Yes.
So we want to look at NUP, particularly among the member of parliament that NUP has.
Yes.
Do we really want to look at the number of women out of the 60, is it 61?
Yeah, they are 14 or 16.
They are 14. So can we say you have done a good job?
I think I'm going to use what the late President Daniel Arap Moi said. He went to watch horse race. Journalists asked him, Your Excellency, whom can you predict? Which horse do you predict is going to win? He said, let the horses decide. So you decide whether we have
let the community decide.
Yes, whether we've done a good job or not.
2016.
But I congratulate all of them.
Oh, that's I will also congratulate them, and we actually ask them to do what really has taken them to Parliament, not to forego the ambitions and then maybe kusubira kw'abantu kwe babayinamu tebakusuula. We want to see in 2016 we see Dr. Lina with a DP card standing.
Yes, and go forward.
Yeah.
Yes. We were in Go Forward, you remember?
Yes.
So, our president was the lead campaign manager, and JPAM was the president, yes.
So someone would really actually want to think that after you rethinking and saying, yes, I am going back because I have these pertinent issues that I have to tackle and I have to be involved personally.
Yes.
Maybe
even to teach in the primary schools and also leave an example they will see.
Maybe one would think that maybe you would have remained in DP, maybe do some reorganization and then come back. What made you join NUP instead of keeping your position in DP?
Were you listening when I was explaining myself? Or you were just taken up? Because I explained myself that I believed very strongly what happened in the Democratic Party Delegates Conference was not worth me being inside. Okay?
Okay.
So, that is it. What happened in Katomi made my participation and perception of it not to continue. And it was by choice.
Okay.
Doctor, just let's go back to Parliament. There's a lot of assertions that are being made out there that when you enter Parliament, there are a lot of bribery and money, that walks around.
I've not been in Parliament as a parliamentarian,
yes.
So that ask to the parliamentarians.
But then the question is, on behalf of the NUP members of Parliament, because we're not going to have them, all of them right now here, but you as their representative, as the Vice President, do you think these gentlemen and ladies can withstand that, that urge of money that is always laundered around by the government?
Let me tell you.
In passing those.
When I joined NUP.
Yes, madam.
Among other things, I was being brokered.
Yeah.
By many people up to today, by the way. Up to today.
Yes.
So the bribery or the attempt to buy, it's not only in Parliament, it's everywhere. Even you people, you are approached to ask specific question. I'm telling you, you are asked. My asking price then was 5 billion. It has since risen. It has since risen.
Yes.
This is for them a do or die. We are not going to miss her. And the number of, including the president himself, by the way, to abandon their cause. Nobody is safe. You are not safe. So it's not only in Parliament. I am not in Parliament. But now, if I see you, if I show you the list of how many people are brokered or attempted, the last one being a former presidential candidate, which was a call I got yesterday. So if yes, so it's not only Parliament. So resilience. What makes me refuse to be bought even at 5 or 10 billion? What makes me to decline to take 2 vehicles? The temptation of 2 air-conditioned vehicles and a big office and their wait to be a minister of my choice. What makes me resist that? My honor, my dignity, my identity is not on sale. And I believe many of them are doing that. Because they are not in Parliament for themselves and their stomach. Ours is transformational leadership for service. Rather you go and build a school. Rather you change, So, if I can and many have, I believe they will.
Doctor, you sent a petition earlier on this week, I think, to the court, petitioning what happened in the elections. and everybody's looking. Everybody's looking at it as a David Goliath story. People are looking at it as impossible because of what has been happening.
As a lawyer, I will stay that because it's sub judice. I don't want to talk about the court case. No. Not only as a lawyer, as a judicial.
Dr. Lina Zedriga, we're having Dr. Lina Zedriga here.
We're also being interviewed.
We are on the spot also. It's an interesting debate that is still going on. Remember, we are live at the Mighty Drive. This is the Alternative Uganda. We have Dr. Lina Zedriga. It is quite an interesting and yet charismatic talk.
Say we have
very interesting.
In Malawi it was done, in Kenya it was also done.
But it has not been done in Uganda for 20 years, Doctor. 20 years.
This is NUP and this is Uganda 2021.
Okay, good luck.
Okay, since you have decided not to talk about that because
it's sub judice apparently.
We shall not ask more questions about that. But when we look at the concluded elections, there was a lot of money that was pouring out.
You
could smell the money all over. Could you please comment on the monetization of politics in Uganda?
Wow, monetization of politics is very real. It has been taken just to another level. It has been taken to another level. You know, in 2015, 2016 February elections, okay, there was massive, but they would at least try to hide. But this time, people were not actually hiding at all. They would carry money. You have seen, they would even record. They would even record.
They would record videos and all
not
over
only
social
the
media.
money, but the militarization has gone to yet another level. Many people are disappearing. Yeah?
Yes.
And of course, money did influence. Money was used not only to entice, but also to threaten. Okay? Yes. And it was not only used on the candidates or the voters, but for the candidates, it was also used even with their relatives and friends and people who are so dear. Yes, it has been now, I think, confirmed. The other time it was born, baptized. This time it has been now confirmed. It's now a confirmation practice. Open. It's a very unfortunate situation. But of course, you see the people with the money who are doing it. Mostly those sponsored by the NRM and stuff. Okay? It is so serious, it's so real. And to the extent that some of them are saying, even some of the candidates went so that they could be bought. They bait. You know? They bait. You know, even when I joined the NUP, people are saying, you see, she has just thrown a bait. She has actually gone to name her price. Yes, they were that talk. They say, she has just named her price. She's actually on sale. She's on sale. Yes, she's on sale. So usually we need to demystify that by our actions and in practice. You must resist it because for me I find it very easy. I actually found it very annoying when that is shared in the morning breeze that you can offer to buy me. Really, I find that totally unacceptable. And I think many people are also doing that. But also many, those whom I know also in my own, in the political party, for reasons I'll not name, who were bought off and crossed to NRM, they had a vehicle, and then, in fact now they even call my life has now changed. I said, but your soul is now totally rotten. Yes. So these are young people. You know, my life has now changed. I'm going to buy a house.
I can drive a big car.
We must stop looking at life through materialistic eyes. We must also look. For me, my faith helps me. Jesus Christ himself was tempted by the devil. That you jump down, you turn this stone. You know? So he withstood it and was able to save us. So and many people actually got and still get inspired by my story. And now, the level of value and respect it has given me globally. I am a global sensation. I am looked at as this icon of hope, you know? Yes, there's one who even say for us, you're a political saint. Because we did not know somebody could actually do that and come out brave. So, it's about your personal resolve and personal identity. And even you do it among, it's not even just freely done, because the political, the NRM was moving around and putting up all kinds of bad propaganda about me. We have already bought her. She has already crossed. You know, we are now going to, yes, she's finished. This woman is evil, we know, you know. She was, so they will continue with the malicious propaganda. They will attach you to certain, you know, wrong acts which they know you would hate, and one way of it actually is to intimidate you into coming back. But if you value yourself, you know your track records, and you have faith, you will always, you know. And even, why would you take a bribe? So money, yes, money is being used so, and indeed also for this time round, the mobilizations and so on, there was need for that. But so long as it is now scaled up, you know, not only to buy, but in fact, the presidential directive to those he posted was buy all NUP supporters. Yeah, buy all NUP supporters and intimidate them. And so I have it's very unfortunate directive that time, but it has worked for some time.
Yes.
But people are bleeding. Many of those who were falsely announced, you saw in where one was actually stopped, was exited from a barrio. Yes, in many kind of places, those who know they did not genuinely win, they were rigged, or you know, they bought their way out.
Yes.
They have no peace. They have no confidence. You know, they have no self-confidence. So it's about always taking your dignity very seriously.
Okay. Doctor, at 40 minutes past the top of the hour, this is also a question about the election process that has been happening, that happened prior to the election day on 14th. We saw, you say, you people have talked about a lot of, you know, militarization of politics, monetization of politics, and in other regions where you didn't even get, like the northern region, as the Electoral Commission says, and the western region, but you didn't even
Which we have challenged.
Yeah, but you didn't even bring members of parliament from those regions. Doctor, if you vote, they are not even more than 5%. How do you defend that question saying that they rigged their election? Sorry?
Please, we are in court. Yes. Do me that favor. I have DR forms that we have submitted in court as evidence that what was announced was false. Please.
But Doctor, the members of parliament too?
Yes. Yes, Haddad is one of them. Yes, Lubanga Kenneth, I have the list. It is in court. Do me a favor. And it's a very painful experience that you still continue to bring that emotional thing to me. It is, please, try to stay it, because it is in court. That's why we have confidently challenged.
You are watching the Mighty Drive.
And that's why I said even some of the candidates who were falsely announced for NRM cannot stay in those communities. I said that.
The page is the Alternative Uganda. Munange aliko page webale kutwegatako ekibuzo kyo kiteekawo wansi mu comment section. We shall be reading your questions later on in our second hour. The debate is hot. The discussion is hot like Billy. But Doctor, let us look at NUP as a political party. Have you now the election?
It is a political party registered.
Okay, we are looking at it. Yes. Have you, now the elections are done, you have members from LC3 to members of parliament, representatives. Are you, now this is with due respect to those people that were elected, are you planning to have leadership trainings as a political party to train these people? Some of them do not have experience, it is their first time. Are you doing anything that you will enable these people that you presented to those positions, wherever, be it LC3, be it parliament, to train them, mentor them, maybe to have that quality debate we want at City Council, KCCA, maybe even in the Parliament of Uganda? Do you have those programs?
As you said, we've just come out of elections. As you said, right now we're actually dealing with a court case. And as you may know or not know, we have a fully fledged department here for training and capacity building, headed by Commissioner Waswa. Waswa is the head of the training unit. Absolutely, we are going to, as an institution, as a political party, like all other political parties, do very comprehensive, deliver on our commitment for capacity building. Yes, absolutely.
That is really good. Edgar, you have a question that is really burning you.
It must be really burning me. Thank you, Doctor, for being on the show. And the viewers, thank you for tuning in. It's just 42 minutes past the top of the hour. We still have 1 hour and around 18 minutes with the doctor here giving us her insightful, capacity. But Doctor, yesterday, I think yesterday we saw the UN delegation at Magere, State House Magere, as people are calling it these days. And Dr. Kizza Besigye, the FDC party flag bearer for the last, I think, 4 campaigns, came out and said it's not time for visiting and talking to people like that. It's time for action. What is your take about this particular statement made from the retired colonel?
I think he would be the best to answer it. Why? Because he may know why he did it.
Yes, but he said,
please reserve it for him. Reserve it for him. Yeah. Reserve it for him.
Okay. The doctor has denied telling us about the claims that were made by Besigye earlier on. I think
because he's still alive, he's still there. So you ask that to him.
An NUP perspective
I reserve, and I have a right to reserve it.
Yes, you do have a right to reserve those comments, madam.
Because I wouldn't want this conversation to be like a cross-examination. Yeah. You guys are making it so hard for me, actually, to have a very healthy conversation. It's a total cross-examination. Why are you cross-examining me?
No, we wanted to have a discussion.
Doctor, many Ugandans...
By the way, I sat on the media council.
Yes.
I don't know how many of you are really trained to carry out those kind of leading whatevers. But
Doctor,
I feel
the media is a representation of the people, and
I sat on the media council.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
so direct a question that is maybe to me about Northern Uganda. Please, if you wanted some of those things, you would have asked the spokesperson to speak. In fact, I'll take it up with your leader, because what the directive I got was totally different from what you people. Try not to cross-examine me. Don't. Let us give an informative, process. Let it be friendly. Let it be respectful. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Doctor, let's talk about
it's a request.
Let's talk about some. I'm sorry if it was an offensive.
It is.
But Doctor, let's talk about the members of the National Unity Platform that have been in jail, some remanded and at Makinde Barracks, talking about them.
They are not remanded in Makinde Barracks. They're actually in Chitalia. That's a misinformation. They're in Chitalia. They are in Chitalia prison, and I wouldn't want. They're in Chitalia prison, and yes, they are brought to military court martial. There are 49 of them.
Yes.
And it's also a matter that is sub judice. The bail application was done on Monday. It has been the case has been adjourned to next Monday for a ruling, and so it's also a matter of sub judice. They are in very high spirits. Of course, many of them have been tortured. You saw. Yes. They need medical help and medical support and medical attention. But we are waiting on Monday to hear what will come of it.
Dr.
Zedriga.
Dr. Lina Zedriga, you are the ED of Zedriga Foundation.
There's no Zedriga Foundation. I am the executive director of an organization called RACH. Yes.
In Northern Uganda. So
not only in Northern Uganda, by the way. It's a regional thing. We even work in Goma. There's so much you guys didn't do enough to ask me. So
okay, we would really want to know the work of that foundation. What are your key goals that you are looking at to do in a community or in a country?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. Moving away from the politics.
Yes, from the politics.
Among other things, as a member of an alumni of Akina Mama wa Africa, AMWA, which trains women social entrepreneurs, I had a dream when I went for the Auli, and established First Archie Associates for Community Initiatives, which one of the the initial executive secretaries ran away with and found and transformed. Ours, the main objective is for women's and community participation in defining their identity, in participation in politics, economics, and also specifically in peace and security. We use the tool UN Security Council Resolution 1325 to empower and work with religious institutions and leadership to work specifically to prevent violence against women, to domestic violence, and also we have a special program called Men Engage. And Men Engage is about nurturing and socializing men, young men, especially in primary schools, to respect women as equal human beings. And we have a model school where we operate in northern Uganda. We also work with the refugees and host communities. Yes.
As an organization that is dealing in women empowerment and end gender-based violence, and we want to look at the gender-based violence that rose up during lockdown. How did you find any measures to curb this violence, because it was on the rise during lockdown? We do not know what caused it. Was because both the parties were staying home and they were not working, and now they cannot sustain each other full day in, day out. And what are those measures that you are really putting up in place to end gender-based violence? Most times when we talk about gender-based violence, people think it is about women, but there are men there that are facing gender-based violence and they are dying silently because the society judges them differently. A man cannot say a woman has beaten me. What are the measures that you are putting up in place to curb this?
By the way, Uganda as a country has in place a framework, the referral pathway. We are looking at prevention as an organization, and we have come together because the magnitude is so high. Psychosocial, psychological torture, among others, economic torture, and our focus is rural areas and refugee community, host communities and refugees. The measures we are taking up for prevention is to work to change the narrative, and we are using three intertwined and interdependent theories of change in practice. The first one, we are looking at the structure. The structure in terms of the domestic structures, the institutions. How are we socialized? The schools, you know, how are women profiled and presented, and the men about the masculinities, and you know, and so we then working with the religious institutions, the preaching, the faith-based organizations. Okay, the 16 days of activism we did. Now for the last 4 years as a consortium, we have been actually influencing the someone guides, writing it for them to profile women, and also using quotes from the Bible and the Holy Book, Quran, to show that women and even men, there should be healthy relationship. And we are using a certain model called Sasa Faith. It is very powerful. Sasa, yes. Sasa is actually a Swahili word, but it abbreviates the many stages of that transformation for prevention of violence against women, and also violence against children, and also, you know, create safe homes and safe schools and safe institutions. The second one is agency. We do not, the agency is making ensuring that the communities and the family members are the agents of change. The men are the ones speaking out, and we use a tool that was developed by Oxfam with some partners. It is called GALS, Gender Action Learning Systems, where the modeling was actually done, piloting was done in West Nile, where the men, you know, are socialized and conscientized to say it's okay to carry that cassava on your head, it's okay to bathe the babies, and it's okay to cook mingo, you know, the whole nurturing and things. It's okay, you know, it makes you even a better man. And then so those are the things that we are using. And then the third strand, agency, structure, and relationship. you know, redefining relationship and power with, power over, power to. The issue of power and decision making, to make sure that it is power with in families, and also making communities to envision, you know, their future together to peacefully coexist.
Doctor, before we go for a short commercial break, in just 3 minutes tops, can you please elaborate on how we can improve the women in politics? Because this is a general, you know...
You mean women in politics need improvement?
No, we need like the numbers, because we've seen, according to the competitive posts, like competitive, those ones that compete between men and women.
For us women, we went from numbers, we are actually talking of beyond numbers, we are talking of quality. Yeah.
But we need to...
We have gone beyond the numbers.
If you look at the politics of Uganda, it's no longer about quality, it's about quantity. That is
it's not absolute. It's not absolute.
These days, because you can look
at... It is not absolute. If we were about quantities, we, the few who are the drivers of NUP, we would not have taken it this far. So I want to disagree on principle and practice.
Yes, doctor, but when you look at what is in parliament right now, doctor, people have over 300 MPs. You might have 60, but they are quality. But there are people who have 300, and at the end of the day, the 300 are going to make the decisions, doctor. So, but before
they don't, there's only one person who will do it.
Yeah, but if one says the 300. But doctor, let's talk about the participation.
Please, let me allow you to finish.
Please keep it on the Alternative Uganda
We're going to come back. But as you're on the commercial break, you know that it's only Museveni. He takes these guys on a retreat, but I didn't want
at the end of the day, 300 members will come and decide.
Now look at the courts.
Numbers.
Look at the courts.
Yes, doctor.
How many files?
Yes.
So it's about...
Doctor, let's go for a short commercial break. When we come back, it's Dr. Lina Zedriga, and this is the Mighty Drive. My name is Edgar Mathew, and I'm with Farida and Bikobere. Let's go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back in a bit.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
You have got to get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative Dig Talk. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
President Museveni wadde juzi namulaba apima akawunga kilo 2 tasobola kalya nini bwaba alya kilo 5 oyannema okuliisa eggwanga ne bwe limundekera.
Njagala kwebaza the Alternative Digital etuwadde kano ka Mighty Drive era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop, and smart TVs. As we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative Dig Talk.
Uganda is born again.
Mubirabye. Mubiwulidde.
And you will see what NRM means. We are going to crush those criminals.
Mubyenyigiddemu.
We are simply peacefully telling our people, say no to rigged elections.
ebimu mubitegeera
naffe tusobola okutiisatiisa abo abatiisatiisa
oba oli awo ng'abamu mugwamu bigwe byabaffe byava ku ki
era kyova olaba baatukolera ne constitution esinga obusiru mu nsi yonna
bino n'ebirala birindirire buli lwa sande okuva ku ssaawa 11 okutuuka ku ssaawa 1 ey'akawungeezi n'eyaliko katikkiro wa buganda ow'ekitiibwa daani muliika ku program eriiso ly'omukulu ku Facebook page The Alternative Uganda.
The world is at a critical moment of providing innovative alternatives as a means to create change.
As such, we have created a not-for-profit alternative mobile digital platform as a way to promote space for freedom of speech and expression to the unheard voices.
We know you believe in the cause and you can further it more by contributing to its sustainability in forms of internet data, fuel, and any other support you deem relevant.
Please support us with your contribution to Equity Bank account number 103-5201-607252 under the name Alternative Digital, or our mobile money numbers 0702 900076 or 0783 047785. Alternative Digital, real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Digital. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views and ask questions on Alternative Digital. Digital, the way to go.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
tukolikeyo muka healthy break debate baddeyo yecheza nnyo engamba katuwummulemu omuliro gukuulire then tukomewo in our second hour. Ayagala okwogerako ne guest waffe in studios. The number is 0789 017 145 0789 017 145. You can call in and ask questions if you have, and maybe thank her for being resilient. Yes, she's doing a good job. We can say she's an asset, no. So you can call in maybe to give your guidance or anything, give your comment about the discussion, give or talk about anything. The number is 0789 0 gwe ali ku Facebook munange, keep the questions coming, keep the comments coming. I will be reading some of your questions towards the end of the show, and she will be answering some of your questions. We have a resilient person in the studios, but we have a highly emotional guest today. So you will excuse us for what is not going right, and we will say we are sorry for what has gone wrong. But the show still goes on. We are talking a lot of things, gender-based violence, we are talking politics, we are talking, please just keep it The Alternative Uganda on Facebook. We are live. So ndowooza gwatana twegatta ku mukwano osubiddwa kinene nnyo mu first hour, but we pray and think that mweno second hour nawe obeera mu kyoyiga mu account yo tekamu The Alternative Uganda, like the page and follow us, then weyunge ku discussions. As the discussion is going on, join in by commenting, like anything and anything that you will want us to know, or your view or anything, we have Dr. Lina Zedriga in the studios. Doctor, let us talk from the women lens, look at the affirmative action, and particularly let us look at the women in parliament that have stayed in that position of affirmative action for years. In your view, how many years should a woman stay in that position of affirmative action?
Thank you so much. Article 32 of the 1995 Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, which has been mutilated, but at least
it is there.
Provides for the affirmative action seat, okay? And it also provides for the quota in the universities, among others. The framers of the article in 1994, as you know, they build for us the 1995 Constitution, as rightfully stipulated in that article, cognizant of the many years of exclusion, of the negative discriminatory practices, traditional practices, and so on and so forth, and aware of our maternal roles and identities, and therefore the need to bridge the gap, because our cultures raise you and I for maternal roles, for nurturing, for production, okay, to reproduce. But then it raises him for power, you know?
Yes.
Okay? So because of it, our cultural practices, needless for me really to elaborate so much on, is, especially here in Uganda, you kneel down, your brother is running off to school, from school, you know, you are going to the well for them, you know? So he's going to learn, men don't cry. Men don't cry.
That's
women,
how
exactly. So you are raised for that domestic wifing thing, okay?
Yes.
And you speak low with your head down. You don't look on the
don't look straight in the eyes of a man.
It now nurtures us, it socializes us to be less confident.
Yes.
To please. You know, you
other
are
gender.
raised for him, okay? But for him, he's supposed to be very assertive, and we don't. In many cultures, women. By the way, in some cultures, women who own property, who own land, prostitutes or sex workers, or you know, they are sluts. They name all kinds of things to make you powerless. So the affirmative clause took cognizance to recognize this injustice as an injustice, an exclusion, and so put that affirmative position for the local parliament and local government, and also in the universities and so on. But of course, it has come with its own challenges.
Yes.
I remember in one of the consultations, when the women's league wing in parliament, Honorable Engineer Winnie Bianima had that caucus, the women's caucus. We were doing consultation. I remember very vividly with the Honorable Miriam Matamba's, it was for affirmation, to let this person, timid person, actually
gain the confidence.
Yes, gain the confidence and be. So now, how many years down the road, the Constitution?
25.
Women,
26.
I know my colleagues have a lot of respect for, who had stood in direct seats, actually now are riding and clinging on the affirmative seat. And you know them, I know them.
Yes. we don't want to mention them.
Fencing, yes, ring fencing.
Yes.
I believe in that way we failed.
Yes.
We failed. Because it was to mentor, it was to recruit more, it was to go for the numbers.
Yeah.
And we really need to think beyond that. We're really serious. That's why when I stood, I didn't stand deliberately, I didn't stand on the affirmative seat.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even ever stand on an affirmative seat. I will stand or run on the direct seat. One, I believe I am very capable. We must demystify this. And I strongly believe the affirmative seat has somehow not been well implemented. 2, there was supposed to be a review to see how far did the objective of the affirmative seat get to be implemented, and it has not been done. Okay, so it has been left hanging. So those uncomfortable, difficult conversations are actually going on around affirmative seat. But of course, it is bringing the numbers you are talking about. But to whose advantage? Because that affirmative seat has actually been abused. There's a report, there's a research that we did. It is called the reality check. Forum for Women Democracy and the Women in Democracy group did a research. And it has been compiled in a report called the reality check about the women in representation and leadership positions. And it's specifically looking at the advantages of the affirmative seat. Largely, in political parties then, affirmative seat was used to patronize women. They would find you are very assertive, you are running against me, who is submissive, they will support me, and we have the evidence. So it was serving the interest of yes. But of course, the check on that report, reality check, yes. But of course, quite a number of others also have done that. So affirmative seat has been a catch-22.
By the look of things now that women are coming on board, women are being empowered, they are taking up leadership positions, do we still need this affirmative seat? Or we should let women compete, like with the honorable ground with the men? Because now we are looking at the empowered women. We want them to be like the men. We want them to compete. We want them to feel that confidence in them. He can do it, I can do it. Do we still need the affirmative seat?
Uganda has been so fragmented. For you and I in the cities and open-eyed and on the social media, we may not need it. But for this woman in Oboloko Foko in Awalio, she needs it. Because those cultures, those traditions, those practices of discrimination aimed with the result of getting this woman voiceless, this woman with an identity of being less than the man, absolutely we need it. So we need now a hybrid. We need now a researched. For example, look at the quota for the universities. The girls in Gayaza and then the boys in my school in Arivu, Arivu Secondary School. Sincerely, does this girl from Gayaza High deserve that addition? Does this boy from Arivu Secondary School deserve it? So we now need to look at it holistically, rather than having it blanketly applied to the disadvantage of the people who should have benefited. 1, 2. Quite a number of times also we have seen the regional imbalance. Affirmative action in terms of regional needs to be done. Okay? Yes. And then when you take stock of the parliamentarians now, look at this interest group. Do a scan. Surely, where is our country going in terms of representation? The patronage, and then also the political entrepreneurs. I have the money, I will sponsor you, but you serve my interest. Yes, some of them are partners.
And it is working.
And women, yes, and it is working regionally and also especially against the interests of women. So in parliament, somebody is there as a puppet. Yes. Yes. If you read that book, the report of a research that was done by Professor Sylvia Tamale, doctor, it's called When Hens Begin to Crow. This thing started long time ago, except now it has escalated. In parliament, where really somebody is in parliament, but somebody else, his interest is being served. It's quite alarming, so we need to make sure. But I see the new the dynamics changing, but we now need deliberately to look at how do we now address this created imbalance again, the regional. How do we do it?
talking, you have a burning question? You can.
I don't really have a burning question, but I have burning questions from our viewers who are live on Facebook. This is still the Mighty Drive. My name is Edgar and I'm with Farida, and we are honored to have hosted the Deputy Principal of the National Unity Platform. She is Dr. Lina Zedriga. Doctor, we have a couple of questions that are coming from our social media platforms. One is from Magara Brian.
Yes.
Magara asks, Doctor, are you happy with the quality of elected National Unity Platform members, both at parliamentary and council levels?
I am not only happy. What is quality? Look at also some of the NRM. Let him go. Yeah, quite a number. You know, it's across, by the way, that's not only political reflection, it's a reflection of the quality of our citizens.
Yes.
So let us not actually be blind to these realities. Magara, do a survey. Honestly, let's not politicize it. Let us humanely and as concerned citizens look. I'm telling you, it is a concern for everybody. But who led us to this? Who led us to this? To this reality?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, how did we find ourselves here? We are dealing with symptoms. So let's look at the root causes of the constructive. Yes. So we actually, now you have actually joined me in saying, yes, we have a serious problem.
Yeah, there is.
But it can be addressed. Yeah.
Okay. Then the other one is from Norman to Himbisi.
Yes, Norman.
Yes, he asks, we saw your principal being rejected, stroke chest from Karuhanga district by a section of NRM diehards. What lessons do you learn from this?
I don't learn any lessons. Those were stage managed. Oh. Those were stage managed because his name, Musinguzi, was given from Western region. So, to Musime, do not live in that falsehood and false comfort, because the reality is it was stage money worked, military worked. This is my region. Even now I've been told Northern is my region. I will not. Yes.
That's what they are saying.
Yes, Northern is my region. This woman is not coming. When you get her, shoot her to, get her to. Oh. It is my region. I will not. I will do whatever it takes. So that was the reflection. And that's why now they are running after the DRA forms, the real DRA forms. So it was a reflection of this false powerhood, militarization of everything.
Of politics and everything.
He wasn't rejected. Actually, people's hearts bled that he was. This is the most loved.
When we talk about militarization of politics, you would really want to think, what are they talking about?
There's questions
on Tuesday, did you see army men all over town? That is the military we are talking about. That is the militarization, because it was an election process.
But the military is saying they are keeping law and order and protecting Ugandans.
And you believe it.
That is not the work
and
of
you
the
believe
army.
it. You know, now we have fallen short of critical thinking. We have fallen short of, we are now cut and paste. This is what the military says. So we paste it as it is. Please, please, think. Think, my brother.
Yes.
Think, critical thinking.
Doctor, that is critically, when you sit down and critically think, that would be an opinion of me as an individual. And in this case, journalists are meant to be neutral, and we report what we see. It's like when we talk about the election. We had to report in some districts, like, you know, a beam, and some people had 100%, and one candidate had 100%. But that is what
you cut and pasted it that it
because,
is correct.
Because
and you are reflecting it that
that
it is
is
correct.
what the Independent Electoral Commission brings to us. Doctor, what are we supposed to do then?
What we are supposed to do is we are supposed to critique, think.
Yes.
We have the power, Article 1 of the Constitution. Power belongs to you. Okay. So if I'm going to cut and tell you that now, actually from now on, my perception of you is you're a woman, are you going to cut and paste it and accept? No.
Doctor,
you see,
do we have the power? Do Ugandans have the power, you think? Really?
Do I think? I know. The Uganda Article 1. Power belongs to the people.
Yes, but does it actually belong? You told us to critique.
We have
do they have the power?
Yes. Absolutely.
Then why is it that their vote was played around?
Fear. People have. Do you know that some people actually don't call me? I was yesterday telling to Museveni that thank you so much. People are like, Lina, don't call me because they are going to follow me. People have been boxed into fear because of intimidation. If you associate with her, we are going to do ABCD. We portray her as somebody who is training and so that she can run away and hide. People are living in fear. People have lost their identity. Please reclaim your identity. Reclaim your voice. Reclaim your courage. People must come out. We have been boxed into fear. Please come out.
Actually,
come out.
Your rappel.
Come out.
It's better if you connected it.
Sorry.
They are not actually hearing you very well.
Sorry.
Yes.
Come out of that fear. Power is a you are born with your right and dignity.
But one can say the Ugandans are.
You know what I did when I was being arrested by over 50 military men? And incarcerated.
I saw some being incarcerated with the men in the premise prison. Yes, I saw you.
That was to instill fear in me.
Okay.
I looked at this person I identified. I said, "You do not know what I'm capable of doing." He had a gun. He had a stick. I said, "Touch me."
Doctor, what pushes?
I said, "Touch me."
Doctor, what
my power.
You?
Touch me. You do not know what I'm capable of doing.
Doctor,
the man now started calling a fool. Yes. Then I said, "Why are you arresting me? Can you read me my charges?" He says, "I'm arresting you to keep you alive." I said, "There's no charge like that. There's no crime like that in Uganda." Okay? And I'm looking him in the eye. Okay? He sees I am not afraid. We must demystify. You saw my president, our president. Yes. He would do this to the pepper spray and what? Courage. And that is what one of the celebrated Greek philosophers and orator, Aristotle, said, that the secret to liberty is courage.
I think you're going to need a lot of courage in this time.
I already have the courage. If I was not courageous, if I was fearful by now, I would even not be here.
How do you pass on this courage to Ugandans? How do you?
They already have it. I have nothing to pass to them.
According to you, their voice was shattered, and the Ugandans are just there.
Ugandans already have that in their dignity by being human.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Ugandans have seen what collective courage can do from NUP. Okay?
Yes, Doctor.
Ugandans, even there are many NRMs who would call, who want to change. They would call us and say, "Thank you so much. Stay in there." Okay? The day was unveiled on the 4th of April, to be very precise.
Yes.
We delivered food items to the ministry here in Wandegea.
Yes.
And many people came. We only two, with Flavia, Honorable, and a journalist from MAP Media also.
Media.
Then, then we were 3 people.
Yes.
We had the ministers, and so many people would come and say, "You people," and we had our berets. You, thank you so much. We support you. But we fear.
We fear.
You see, I said, if you fear so much, you're actually not living a human life. You are dead among the living and living among the dead. So you choose one. Either die completely and join the dead or be with us.
Yes.
So I have decided, I'm going to live my life unto the fullest. I will die when the time comes.
With your purpose.
Yes.
But Doctor, one would say those you're talking about some things, but the reality is different. You're talking about the courage, but we're suing that Uganda is going to swear in Museveni as a president in May, and we're not seeing any change.
Which month? What date is today?
Today is February the 5th. In 2 months, they're going to be swearing President Museveni. And
that's what you think? Because you have cut and pasted.
Doctor, is this a threat?
It's not a threat, it's a notice.
Oh.
Doctor, you're live on camera.
I am live on camera.
The other president is the elected president of Uganda.
We are in court. We are in court.
Yes,
okay?
Doctor.
We are in court. And please, when you are for these interviews, my professor used to say, "Come tabula rasa." But for you, you already have a opposition. And it is totally affecting how you're engaging. You have a decided position. Please try. Please kindly. Be tabula rasa. Also listen. Listen and watch my body language.
When you while you are there and you are
so come not
supporting
biased
or doing anything,
so what we
and
are
someone
is he is elect.
Yes.
What we are saying is we have not, and a number of Ugandans have not accepted
you.
And that is why we have gone
in
to
court.
court.
Yes, we can't.
How long? Which language do you speak to? You in Lugwara? Ile answer mini Lugwara tisika?
Doctor.
Ile answer mini Lugwara tisi ya.
I don't understand
I think he has understood.
It does not have Rio. It does not have Rio. You are going to the same around and around and around and.
Maybe you're the one who's passing me.
No. I have told you first. Relax. Take a deep breath.
Yes, doctor.
Open your mind. You have blocked your mind.
You
came to prove and put words in my mouth. You will not. And in the mouth of Ugandans, you will not.
Okay, doctor, let's go to the questions.
No. Let me put it to you finally.
Yes.
You will not. We have disputed these elections and get it in your head right now.
Yes, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Bwobanga olieyo nga oyina kyokola kyonna, can you ask yourself what is your price? Because someone is being offered 5 billion.
Yes,
5 billion. What have you done? Please do something. Please do something that you raise your price.
Yes.
Naye mama ne bakugula n'olukumi.
Yes.
N'ogaba akalulu.
Yes.
It is ashaming.
Yes.
Let us raise our prices such that maybe we can defend our own sanity.
We are priceless.
We are priceless. So bannanga abali eyo. Mutugumikize to debate ya lero. Mujaji nyumyako. Naye nga ate Doctor, we want to hear your view of whether we can have opposition uniting and then having one that it is not political parties. We have FDC, we have ANT, we have JEMA, we have DP. Is there a possibility that we have a united opposition?
What is impossible?
The impossible now is that everyone wants to be the leader of opposition. They want to carry this position that they are the leader. What makes it possible that we will have a united opposition?
Let me tell you, politics is about power. Politics is about opportunities.
True.
Politics is about control. Okay?
Yes, everyone wants to be in control.
So, the political dispensation under the Constitution is multi-party politics. Okay?
Yes.
It's okay to be Democratic Party. It's okay to belong to the FDC. It is okay. It's okay. Okay?
Yes.
So, why would we all of a sudden expect, if even two married people, after saying I do, they always disagree? But it is rather they disagreeing, or are they uniting over issues or interests?
Yes.
This we have not had time to interact as Uganda. Okay? So what is the other bringing on board? Okay? That is why we have on several occasions, even before NUP came on board, way before. There was the JPAM, go forward and stuff.
Yes.
Okay? So, my question or my interest right now would be, what is that one thing that would compel the different political parties
to stand,
to come and look at maybe having one? What is that thing we can offer as Ugandans? It's actually not the political parties, it is us, the Ugandans. That would either compel them to see that it's very important to have this joint front. But of course, conversations are going on. They have different ideologies, they have different interests, they're also being offered different prices.
True.
They're also being offered different prices and negotiations. My former political party, remember, across there was the social media. I have a lot of respect for President of the Democratic Party.
President
yes, and he calls me CJ. However, when I read, I don't know whether it's true that they were now having a negotiation with the NRM. So this So is that going to be opposition? Is that going to be whatever, if it is true to start? People have different choices. Sure. So I think right now we shouldn't be condemning the differences. The different ideologies and the different... But rather, we need to internalize. We are pointing at them. How about us? What is our perception about their division?
Yes.
Okay? Is it in the best interest of Uganda? I think we need to start having those healthy conversations, those inclusive conversations, rather than judgmental condemnation. When you condemn me, I will become very defiant.
Yes.
But when you give me a reason, I will be receptive.
Okay.
So we need to be looking now at that. We need to also change our ways of how we engage in, because these political parties are very powerful entities.
Yes.
Very, very powerful. Yeah.
Doctor, still talking about conversations. There is a conversation that is coming up of dialogue. The religious leaders were talking about this, saying we need to dialogue. What do you think? Don't you really need to dialogue with the main camp?
As one of my PhD modules, and also as a facilitator, I facilitate on mediation, negotiation.
Yes, by the way.
And I participated from the time of Betty Bikobere and the Juba peace process to ensure women were present, and we found we get these militaristic issues solved through dialogue. And I believe so much in negotiation, in peace building, in non-violent methods. Okay. Here we look at the best interest of the dialogue. In whose interest is this dialogue? And is this dialogue in absolute good faith, oberime fide, or is this dialogue aimed at co-opting somebody to the disadvantage of Ugandans? What is the aim of the dialogue? And who is at the center of the dialogue? What is at the interest of the dialogue? Is it the interest of Uganda? Or is it the interest to quick fix? To quick fix a hot position? To put fire where, to put water where
there is fire.
So, if it is to co-opt to the disadvantage and exclusion of all others, I totally disagree. But if it is to build a relationship and confidence that will get everlasting solution, that will really respect participation, that will respect the aims and objectives of all Ugandans, then I welcome it. Let it be healthy, not malicious.
All right, thank you, Dr. Lina Zedriga. We are live on the Mighty Drive. My name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. I'm in studio with Farida Bikobere, and it's an interesting debate as we are talking to the doctor. She's giving an insightful and yet educative talk. Doctor, we still have questions coming here on social media. I wonder why you're so happy, but
I am. I like it.
All right, thank you, Doctor. A question still from Norman.
Yes.
He says, are you happy with the size of parliament? Over 500 MPs now.
And what does he say himself when he took the pigs to the parliament? What does he say? First of all, thank you so much.
No, man, what do you say? No, the size of parliament.
Anyway,
yes, Doctor.
Among other things, when we're having consultations, we have the three arms of government: legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. When you look at the size of parliament and the work of parliament, and their remuneration, you look at judiciary. How many judges? The backlog of cases.
Of course, there are too many. Too many. There's a lot of backlog.
How many judges are there?
Supreme Court.
I was in the court in Lira. The chief magistrate was sick. The judge.
But what is happening to our
wait. The stress. You remember a time when, as I'm answering that, you remember a time when the principal judge, he has retired, said, please, the backlog of cases for judges and judicial officers is too much. The spouses should understand. They were speaking to women. When these men come back tired, you should understand. He didn't tell it to parliament. He's on record. I'm only quoting. Okay? So, let us balance. It's not about being happy. It's really about fairness. It's really about the resources even going. The bulk of parliamentarians over-resourced, overpaid, and then the judiciary. Look, just an example. The unfair, the imbalance is like what the Baha'i faith say, that the three arms of government are supposed to fly like the bird. And then the world would be balanced. Everything here in Uganda or even elsewhere would be balanced. But they have chosen to clip. Judiciary is here. Then this one is flying. Now they are falling off. I don't know. You have seen what is happening. Totally, it's not about my happiness. It's not about my happiness. Uganda is bleeding. And whose interest is this bulk stuff? Who is funding this? Look at the status of the majority of the Ugandans. People are asking for 30,000 because the dead body of this person is retained in a Gia health center or in any of the health centers. They cannot pay. They cannot pay. Women are denied because they cannot afford plastic basin. Don't take it for granted, by the way. That the water that is running, don't take it for granted. So the imbalance for whatever, and the many creational and fragmentation has been so much, there is now a bust. There is now a bust. So judiciary, why don't they fall sick all the time? Because they're overworked, underpaid. One very critical arm of government. So it's time we need to really critically examine this. The number, my brother, it is not about my happiness. It is about us, the concerned, and who bears this burden, and how is their performance. So this question is to all of us, and even to the parliamentarians themselves. Yeah.
Doctor, your principal has always talked about the restoration of systems and constitutionalism in Uganda. But
he's not only talking, it is actually in our manifesto.
Yeah, okay. So how are you looking at, because you're going to catch power, that is what you...
Catching? Please, what word is that? Yeah. No. Please sanitize your language. We have some respect for us. I think I have really seen there's a lot of disrespect.
Thank
you
there's
for
so
watching,
much disrespect. For watching. Mami Rogers Tarema.
The system, how do we restore them?
Please read for me that one. This one.
Rogers Tarema, thank you for watching. You say you have a
I've
paper.
Disqualified him with his biases.
You say you have a paper, but you cannot stand not watching your mentor articulate issues. And you say thank you for your resilience. And he says I should tell you that your son is watching.
Oh, thank you, Rogers!
Greetings. So mwena bali mukulaba bannange mwe bali kulaba, we are going to be reading a few questions kubanga ate obudde bwo tulina butono ddala naye nga leero omwami Tumuhimbi Senoman, you have a lot of questions.
Yes.
I will not read all of them, but I will read a few of them. So I will read this particular one because it was the one that was the story was trending yesterday about Dominic Ongwen, and he's asking what comments does Doctor have regarding the conviction of Dominic Ongwen. Are there lessons worth learning or sharing?
Wow, thank you so much. You know, sometimes I look back and say, but at your age, we are going to be 60 this year. Why sometimes don't you let go and the emotions take? Because I've lived these realities. I've lived these realities in practice. The faces of the women, the children who were victims or survivors. I was in The Hague 3 times. Yes, including last year. And I've interfaced with a number of these. I have seen, right now I'm in northern Uganda, the women, the people whose lips were cut, the breasts, the arms, and the communities. For 20 years, 2 elephants fight. We also had the government of Uganda having Operation Iron Fist 1, Operation Iron Fist 2, Operation Iron Fist. Dominic did not fight alone. Okay?
Yes.
Dominic did not come out of the blue. There is a quote, the story of success of the hunt will only be told when the hunted will begin to say their side of the story. One. But that I'm not diluting. This was 20 years plus. He's just one. Collateral destruction of generations. Will his conviction bring it back? No. We still have people who are missing. Mothers who are still nursing the missing. Mothers who are still nurturing, wanting their children to see their children. Women who are rejected in the communities. We have missing persons. We have also created what we call the stateless. So it's not about Dominic Ongweni. Dominic Ongweni is a drop in the ocean. The real transitional closures are here, and we are living in denial. That's what I can say. Women have interacted with it. I just want, why was I not protected? So there's also so much that meets the eye. Yes, the International Criminal Court very expensively has gone, and it has now done this conviction. So what? Will it bring back the dead? No. Will it give the state citizenship to, and identities to these ones who are stateless? No. Will it bring the dead who are not, who are, you know? No. Will it affirmatively or in any way have us bridge the 20 years of loss of lives, of property, of opportunities? No. Thank you so much.
The last question from the comment section, it is like, okay, are there specific amendments you would want to see in our constitution?
Are there
specific amendments?
Yeah, thank you so much. I just don't want piecemeal activities. I want holistic reclamation of human dignity, identity, opportunities for the whole of Uganda. Okay? Yes. It's not about the constitution. It's about the destroyed human identity. It's about the destroyed, in one of my chapters, the 4H, mindset. The 4H, the head. It's about amendment of the attitudes. It's about the first head. It's about amendment of the heart. The second H. It's about amendment of the skills, the opportunities. Graduates riding by borders, and then their lifespan, a research says, is 5 years. Okay? Yeah, 5 years. You're either dead or maimed, done by a surgeon. The other one is about the health. So it's about holistic amendment of the software of individuals, of communities, of institutions. It's about strong institutions. Even if I said, okay, yes, let the constitution be amended, and then you see what is happening. Yes. Militarization, they have nothing to do in politics, but there are plenty in politics. They are coming to arrest me, 50 of them. And they have no gun. I mean, not only me, many. You have these civilians being tried, you know? Exactly. Okay? So it's not about the constitution. It's about the software. It's about accountability. It's about dignity. It's about respect. It's about saying we are all human and Uganda is beyond us. And it's about saying we are also going to account in our next life. You know, people think they're going to live here forever. I know I'm a sinner. But I also know I'm working very hard and confessing every time, and then I might go to purgatory, I might go. So when we should be looking at the bigger picture, the life here and the life beyond. And we should also be looking at holding this life here in trust and opportunities and riches, in trust for those who are not yet born.
Thank you, Doctor. Remember, we are live on the Mighty Drive. My name is Edgar, and we are with Farida, plus the Honorable Dr. Lina Zedriga, the National Unity Platform Deputy President. Remember, the Voltage Show is going to be running tonight at exactly 7 p.m. up to 9 p.m. We're going to be talking about politics in yet again an insightful discussion. Doctor, we still have a couple of questions coming to you. I think many viewers have really liked these discussions.
You know, they like the sparks. Yes.
Now, this one is Sewan Cambodian Lovens. Yes. He's asking, Honorable Chagulanyi had much voices behind him before people won positions, but after securing jobs, they seem comfortable.
Which jobs?
I think he's meaning the MPs.
He
Should we think they are looking for jobs other than the liberation struggle? How different are you from your predecessors?
I totally disagree with that, Sewan Kambo. And I also say, unfortunately, the mindset, the head, also, and the heart and the thinking, as I'm also trying to liberate you from that, to think beyond. I have seen everywhere on the Facebook. I'm not a social media person, and thank God, Honorable Flavia, the MP-elect, has said it is not about them winning the seats. It's about the ultimate presidential success, and that is why they are not comfortable at all. So I want to disagree from that. He wants to cut and paste somewhere, but I have said he has pasted, it has not fitted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another question is, when your principal issued a complaint against a certain media house, your supporters seem to have misquoted, and the leadership too seem not to be bothered. Don't you think the hate speech on social media restrained supporters? What are you doing to avert this?
That's why we're having conversation. When I was there's an avid that I'm training rioters and I'm training rebels. That was a blatant, malicious propaganda. I have come here because we need to have truth prevail over all those evil, malicious things. And it's not about our thinking. It's about the Ugandans. Uganda is beyond social media. Uganda is beyond those, bickering. Uganda is beyond that. And I strongly believe that word genocide or mass atrocities or those are wishful thinking, and we are not going that direction at all. I totally do not think about it even. I actually have a model that I teach on prevention, and that is the road we're going. Yeah.
Those are wishful thinking, and that is not what they are on. Doctor, there are a couple of questions as we are heading to the end of the show. It's 15 minutes to go. Does your wave only vibrantly sweep Central and Western Busoga? No, this one, Doctor,
I already said that. Not declined, I already dwelt on it for long.
And I think there is another one. You, in brackets, NUP, promised to remove President Museveni, whom you call a dictator through a ballot. That's what he says. Whom you call a dictator through a ballot after earlier warnings from the other opposition players that a ballot can't host a dictator. But you never heed what happened to Mission 2021 ballot box.
Mission what?
Mission 2021 ballot box.
I don't know what he's talking about, but I think we have addressed that.
All right. Okay.
Omami, there are a lot of questions that Doctor will say I've already answered, but I think this one he will answer. Omami Abeku Bosco. He said, "Hello, good morning. I am Bosco Abeku from Mukono. The only thing we Ugandans should do is put age limits. Do you?"
He has already. That is already an answer. That's not even a question. It's not.
I just wanted to hear your side of the story, whether you really agree with him or disagree.
What did the Constitution say?
Age limit was supposed to be 75 years.
What happened?
Amendment.
Thank you. Because some of these are so obvious. There are things that it's like for lack of words. You see me very, very pregnant. Then you come and ask me, are you a virgin? Of course you know I am not.
You are watching the we have a few minutes.
You understand? You see I am.
You see I have the man, you see I have the ring, the priest already went and told us, then I am here. Then are you a virgin?
I like the way you're using imagery. That's done in poetry and literature.
What do you want me to tell you? That I'm not.
No.
Our studio line is 0789 014.
I love this.
One of those people that that we have been with Dr. Right in the studios. But in our last few minutes on the show, we would really want Doctor to give her closing remarks. Maybe her message to the people that voted for you and are waiting on you. What should they do? The Ugandans that are really they are waiting to listen to you. Can you please give them a message of hope?
Wow, thank you so much. Together today with the St. Agatha. Today, I'm a very practicing Catholic. That helps me. Today is the St. Agatha, and she's a martyr. She's a saint. I try to follow what they were doing. I want to thank Digitalk. Sometimes I can be... But I mean very well, by the way. It is to pass the message.
Yes.
We are here in Digitalk political labor ward.
True.
When you are in labor, whether political, financial, or what. You understand?
Yes.
Yes, I mean totally very well. This has been very exciting and very educative. I got a lot of education, and I learned a lot from you guys, the whole entire crew. Thank you so much for putting your lives, by the way, on the line. Do not think this is a comfortable zone. One of these days, you'll be calling me. I am in a CMI. I know. You see. So I want to thank you team for putting this together, for thinking outside the box, for making us also move out of our comfort zones, be here and let the people participate. It's a forum where people are hurting, by the way. One way or the other, people are hurting. So such opportunities, you are helping us to heal. Yes, to ranto and to make you also a bit as a punching box. I want to thank all Ugandans for having the faith and the hope that yes, we can participate, because many people are like, oh, with this COVID, with this militarization, it's a waste of time and so on and so forth. In the best of my knowledge, it wasn't a waste of time. We participated in an election, and it is one way of celebrating our power and celebrating our identity as citizens. Please do not shun. It's a very powerful experience to vote. And so I want to say thank you so much. It's like when we go to the labor ward, you're expecting twins to have your president, and then you have the parliamentarians and the whole regional whatever you expect. You are told in the scan it are twins. Then they give you one of them, and then you actually see the other twin baby being taken forcefully to your anyway. So we yes, but it's a process. We would like it to be a very peaceful, sane, civil, civic journey. I take this opportunity to actually forgive those who brought all the malicious allegations and malicious propaganda and what against our party, and specifically against me. She has been bought, she's evil, she's what, she has, she has just named her price and so on. Nothing touches me. My faith is very strong. I know what I'm trading on. To those who offered themselves to serve, and also those who offer themselves as the candidates, you put your life on the line. Thank you so much. For those who have been announced successful, we congratulate you. Please continue with the struggle. It is a struggle. We are not in opposition. To those who were denied, who have been denied their victory, the rightful victory by the people. Yes. Please shoulder on and have faith. To my president, I am concluding, and I will conclude. Yes. Okay?
Please do.
Please.
Please do.
Yeah. So I want to thank all of you. Your voices, your support, your checks, your balances are helping us. Uganda is not only for us for joking around, but Uganda is for us to hold in trust and build. So we need these relationships. We need to be safe. we are calling upon the communities to remain calm, the communities to have faith in the institutions, and also to ensure that we have conversations. There's a book written by one of the professors. He's called Douglas Stone. It's called Holding Difficult Conversations, and that's what we were just doing. It helps to amend the 4H, the software of the people. Yes, so we are very hopeful, and we are very courageous still, and we are very resilient. Why? Because globally, the world has seen. Yes, the world has seen. You know, I want to end by a quote. There's a lady who went to court and said, my husband is cheating, and the man said, no, you know, there's no evidence. And so she saw them, went and set the house on fire. So they ran out naked, and she went back to court. Said, why did you set the house? I said, because I wanted the world and you to see the naked truth. So we so we have gone. We are set here.
That is what you said.
Yes. And to those who are prisoners of conscience, we are with you in solidarity. And time will tell, the truth will be seen. Shoulder on to the young widows and widowers. We mourn with you, we are with you. This is a journey, it's a difficult journey. And to the military, scale down, because we are your own community members. Respect civility. Yes, because we have a higher judge who is going to judge all of us. And we also have this Pearl of Africa that people are mourning, people are sad, we should not be sad, we should be celebrating. You know, we should, all the candidates and everybody should, even those who have rightfully won, they are not celebrating. Those who have stolenly won, they are not celebrating. So people are not celebrating. Can you give us an opportunity to celebrate? Thank you very much.
We began our discussion with a quote. That quote is for Dr. Lina Zedriga. It said, or it says, ours is not going to be the politics of favor.
Yes.
It will be the politics of service, inclusiveness, and humanity. I think now you can. We are very glad that you have called in, but she has already concluded
Switch
the
it
show.
off. Switch him off. Switch it off. Switch it.
Sorry.
Respect me. Okay? Yeah.
So we are saying by now you make meaning out of that quote. By the end of now our discussion, you have gotten the meaning of her quote when she says ours is not going to be the politics of favor, because that is called favor. It will be the politics of service, the politics of inclusiveness, women, men, people with disabilities, and politics of humanity. But people are not respecting human rights. To human rights violations,
we're about hardware.
So when we speak of the software, please do something with your software. Read, be informed, get information. That is software. That is the mind. Heart. Let us soften up. Tukakane muko. Abawanguddwa nga wawangudde ne balangirira mulala. Take heart. Take heart. Maybe it wasn't your time. Maybe someone snatched. The devil snatches things that are not theirs. So please, we say, take heart. It has been an educative discussion. Why? Having a lawyer that is a teacher in the studio. And an activist. You know what it means. Edgar says he has some few things to comment on the sports. And then we close. For now, I will say thank you for watching us. See you on Monday.
Yeah. It's just 3 minutes. I think I should just peruse you through what is happening in the different world of sport. In La Liga, we're having Atletico Madrid still leading the race with 10 points clear and a game in hand. Barcelona is coming second with 40 points. And yes, Real Madrid has 40 points also in third and Sevilla in fourth. Then we go to the Italian Serie A. Yes, AC Milan is still cruising as it has always cruised with the unageable Zlatan Ibrahimovic. They are still top of the table with over 46 points and a game in hand also, plus the Inter Milan, who is second with 44 points, and Juventus third. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you that small sports update. But this was the Mighty Drive, and as Farida has told you, my name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga, and it was an honor, Doctor, to have you in studio. It was an educative
be an honor
yes,
to
it is
have
really
you
an
again.
honor.
I'm ready for the next drive.
And the next drive will be a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, from the entire Mighty Drive team, Teddy was on camera. We have Arnold, our producer. We have Jeremiah and Kato on the driving seat. We are driving from Gayaza. Right now we are in Makerere. And we already set, and it was a very, very beautiful discussion indeed. Please follow us on our social media platforms. It is at The Alternative Uganda on Facebook and The Alternative Uganda on YouTube. The Voltage show is going to be airing tonight at exactly 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Insightful politics discussions are right there. From the entire news and Mighty Drive team, my name is Edgar Mathew Karuhanga. May God bless you and have yourself a beautiful weekend ahead.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.
Hey Ugandans, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Dewa Kiki, the Deputy Defense Spokesperson, and actually the Deputy Spokesperson for the Uganda People's Defense Forces. I was hosted on Alternative Dig Talk. I encourage all Ugandans that this is the way to go. Always watch, participate, give your views, and ask questions on Alternative Dig Talk. Dig Talk, the way to go.
You have got to get up pretty early to go do something. We are the Alternative Dig Talk. With our mobile studios, we are redefining TV presentation just as technology is setting the pace. We are blending our approach with fresh, perspectively designed breakfast show, The Mighty Drive, informative and entertainment show, exclusive and live interviews.
President Museveni wadde juzi namulaba apima akawunga kilo 2 tasobola kalya nini bwaba alya kilo 5 oyannema okuliisa eggwanga ne bwe limundekera.
Njagala kwebaza The Alternative Dig Talk etuwadde kano ka Mighty Drive era n'abatuwuliriza bonna abali ku mikutu njagala basaba mugendo maaso n'okuwuliriza.
All given to you just a click away on your phone, tablet, laptop, and smart TVs. As we are streaming live on our social media platforms, on the road and on the go. We are the Alternative Dig Talk.
Uganda is born again.
Mubirabye. Mubiwulidde.
And you will see what NRM means. We are going to crush those criminals.
Mubyenyigiddemu.
We are simply peacefully telling our people, say no to rigged elections.
Ebimu mubitegeera.
Naffe tusobola okutiisatiisa abo abatiisatiisa.
Oba oli awo ng'abamu mugwamu bigwe. Byabaffe byava ku ki?
Era kyova olaba baatukolera ne constitution esinga obusiru mu nsi yonna.
Bino n'ebirala birindirire buli lwa Sande okuva ku ssaawa 11 okutuuka ku ssaawa 1 ey'akawungeezi n'eyaliko Katikkiro wa Buganda Oweekitiibwa Dani Muliika ku program Eriiso ly'omukulu ku Facebook page The Alternative Uganda.
The Alternative Dig Talk. Real issues, real talk.